Just a disclaimer, all footage, music, and sound effects belong to their respective owners and is used in the video for the purpose of entertainment. Thank you, now onto the video. It has been months since the Beatles released their first album, Please Please Me. With one album now under their belt and it being the early 60s, the Beatles were set to record another studio album just months after recording Please Please Me. The way this album was recorded was different compared to Please Please Me, as instead of recording everything in one day, the recording sessions were instead spread out between a couple of months. I am the Music Dude, and today I will be reviewing the Beatles' second studio album titled With the Beatles. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am the Music Dude and today is the second episode of series Music Through the Years, with today's episode being the Beatles' second studio album, The Beatles. Funny enough, I'm actually recording this on the week where this album hits its 50th anniversary, so congratulations on 50 years of The Beatles. If you do enjoy today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video with a lot of music nerds. Now on to the review of The Beatles' second album with the Beatles. Alright, different day. Sorry for the lighting. It's gonna be so weird that I was filming last night, the introduction, and then now I'm filming the review in like late afternoon. So yeah. Anyway, back to the review. So what do I think of this album? It's pretty good. I mean, to start off, the production quality is definitely up since Please Please Me. Since they were more focused on recording it as it is in the studio rather than trying to change a studio work into a live kind of feel. So with that, it would mean that the vocals are a lot clearer now, especially John, which I believe did audio double tracking. But yeah, this new audio double tracking actually makes the vocals a lot powerful on some of the songs, especially the ones that need to be. We'll get into those later in the song segment of the video. While this album does a lot of things better than Please Please Me, I feel that the department that's lacking here is the songwriting. I feel like it's mostly the same than what we got in Please Please Me, except I feel like there's much more of a darker undertone. I don't know if it's because that's how the album cover presents it, but I feel like there's a lot of a more darker aspect to this album than Please Please Me. Like, apart from some standout tracks, the songwriting is just pretty much what you got in Please Please Me, just a little different. And the covers this time, well, I'm gonna talk about the covers in detail later, but they do stand out a lot on this album compared to Please Please Me. Like, I could actually tell somehow what were covers and what were original Beatles material. Like, honestly, I found some of these songs quite annoying after listening to them a couple times. So honestly, that was actually kind of the biggest downgrade for me from Please Please Me to With the Beatles. I wouldn't call these songs outright bad. I just think maybe I'm just tired of hearing those. But speaking of songs, we're now gonna get into the song segment of the video. It won't be long, yeah. Kicking off the album with side 1's opener, It Won't Be Long. It's an okay opener, but I Saw Her Standing There is still superior as an opening to an album. Let me think about what I love about this track. I would first say the music panning in the yes. The hi-hats are awesome, especially since they're not like those muted hi-hats. Like, you can hear the swing on it, which I really like, especially when you isolate it from the rest of the mix. It's a really good drumming there by Ringo. Then following on is All I've Got to Do. So the timing of the drums is unique in this song. It's very hard to like count it in specific time signature, but I do enjoy this unique beat. So I think it'd be fun for a lot of new drummers. I would recommend new drummers to try and play this song. I bet it's gonna be a lot of fun for you guys. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about this song. It's an alright song. I know it was one of their hits, one of the standout tracks on this album, but for me, this and the next song, which we're gonna cover in a bit, I didn't really care for them that much. Even when I was still listening to them, as a fresh listener, listening to some, I didn't really find it that unique of the song. This and the next. Speaking of which, All My Loving. Close your eyes. Now, I said earlier that I didn't find this song enjoyable, but what I did change my opinion about it. First off, I did not know the chords that are being played are banjo style chords. So honestly, kind of thinking about it, what would the sound be playing on an actual banjo and how it is to the actual 6-string guitar? Because John plays it really well. It just sounds like a regular guitar. Really, I couldn't tell that there would be different in the voicings of the notes or anything. But again, that's just me. Here, knowing and learning that there were banjo style chords, I kind of started I want to play the song in that banjo, with those banjo chords on my 6-string electric, and it was quite enjoyable. I think one of the enjoyable bits is the tempo. The tempo is super fast. Trying to play this on guitar was actually a headache for me, and I still can't play it. But maybe eventually I would. Oh, and I gotta talk about that bit just after the chorus where they do from the walk up of the bass and then hitting that A7 chord, and then finishing off with that sweet lick, and then back to the verse. That bit is perfection. It is chef's kiss. Next, Don't Bother Me. Excellent beat and rhythm. I mean, yeah, for some reason, this is whenever I listen to this song, my head starts to like sway in like a non-syncopated way. If that makes sense. Like I'm swaying on the offbeats. Speaking of head sways, this is the album where like if I try and sing along with it, I start to move like my head around side to side, like how Paul McCartney does in the live version of Till There Was You. I don't know why this is the only album where my head bops, like moves and bops like that. It's really strange, but I kind of like it. It gives its own unique movement to this album compared to the rest of the Beatles discography. Judging as the first track that George ever wrote for the band, it's alright. Like seeing like how he would develop from now on would be quite interesting, because I never like saw the song as really good. It was good, yeah. I would like it. I like it better than most of the songs on this album, but it's just not really hitting for me if I compare it to the rest of the Beatles discography. Again, it's the same issue with the songs in this album and Please Please. Alright, next is Little Child. Another song that I feel is in the same league as It Won't Be Long. I don't know, I sometimes get these two songs confused. Maybe it's because the elements are quite similar, like, and the arrangement of the elements. The arrangements are quite similar. I think this is the first time where the harmonica bit with by John was starting to wear out for me. I do not like the harmonica bits here. I just really find it annoying, a bit overblown for me at some points. I didn't really like it. And other than like that, I think this is the only song I would like rather take off the album. Like, this is still an okay song, alright? It's still got a nice rhythm to it. I just feel like there's a lot more Beatles songs on this album that are a lot better than Little Child. It's probably gonna be near the bottom if I'm being honest. Anyway, not much to say here, so let's move on. Now on to Till There Was You. This is a really sweet song. Paul's vocals really shine here. You get to know his range a bit, which of course, I mean, like, you see it a lot more in later songs of the Beatles. But I feel like as for how Paul was in the early 60s, this is a pretty good song to show off his vocals. But yeah, a truly great song. If you want to check out this song, I would recommend the live version of this. It's on YouTube somewhere. It's on YouTube. There's a couple of videos on the same song on YouTube. Check out the live version. I feel like it's much superior than the album version, only because I think there's a lot of soul and heart into it that I don't think the studio version could replicate, even if it's the Beatles. Check out the live version of Till There Was You. Far superior version than the album. Oh, and just a quick note here, the guitar work here being a bit of fingerstyle definitely sold this song for me. Alright, and on to the closure of side 1 with Please Mr. Postman.
Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, hey, Mr. Postman.
I mean, what can I say about this song? I mean, it was used in a meme.
Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
I mean, what? Great drums by Ringo, great guitar work by John and George, bass by Paul. I really like this song. Trying to sing it, trying to play it. I love this song. It's definitely, I think, definitely one of my favorites on this album, and definitely one of my favorites for early Beatles tracks from 1963 to 1964. For 1962 to 1964. This is definitely one of my favorite songs. And with side 1 over, we're moving on now to side 2, kicking it off with Roll Over Beethoven, sung by George Harrison, written by the legendary rock and roll star, Chuck Berry. I love this song as well. Like the back-to-back between the ending of side 1, Please Mr. Postman, and then kicking off straight away with the rock and roll groove of Roll Over Beethoven. It's just a rip-roaring classic. The guitar work, of course, being Chuck Berry, of course, is going to be excellent. George vocals here really shine on this song. I think he shows his voice much better than Don't Bother Me. Actually, you know, some of the songs he sang in Please Please Me show his vocals a lot better than Don't Bother Me. But anyway, enough of the Don't Bother Me slang. let's just move on to the next song. With great contrast to Roll Over Beethoven, Hold Me Tight. Now this is definitely the song where I feel it's not as good. Like, I don't really care for this song that much. Again, not bad, I just don't really care for it. I think this is one of the songs, one of the covers of like the Beatles that they've done in the earlier years, where I feel like it just screams filler to me. Like, I can obviously tell this is a filler track. If I had to listen to this song, then I probably would, but otherwise I would just usually skip it. But for the purposes of this review and like just re-listening to the Beatles all over again, it would be kind of a chore for me to get through this song. Next up is You Really Gotta Hold On Me. Epic piano intro, the meandering vocals, in a good way. I mean, like, it's like, for me, how John sang was like going like this for some reason. I like that. Kind of lures me into the song a little bit, which is pretty interesting. Now on to I Wanna Be Here. Okay, Ringo vocals with a dance groove. I think that's how I would summarize my thoughts about the song. You got epic piano riffs in there, and overall, it's just a fun song for the guys and girls, you know. On to The Devil in Her Heart. Okay, alright, this song so awesome. We got maracas in this song. Epic guitar work, stuff that you'd hear at the bars and clubs. George's vocals is amazing on this song. What can you not love? It's maracas! No, but really, these are just okay lyrics, but their singing and their arrangements make this song a lot more enjoyable than it needs to be. On to the penultimate track of this album, Not a Second Time.
You know you make me cry.
Here, it feels for me like they're using the same melody from a different song. Let me think about what it was. Yeah, the melody just reminds me of All I've Gotta Do for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, ignoring that, vocals here are extremely strong. John just shows off his voice here. Pretty good song because of that vocals for me. And now on to the closer of this album with Money, That's What I Want. I mean, it's an okay closer to the album. I like the strong groove. It's okay. Like, I feel like the better closer would be Twist and Shout, since Twist and Shout is actually already a better song than Money, That's What I Want. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about this song. It's an okay closer. It does what it needs to do for its placement in the album. Not much to say here though. Overall, while being a step up from Please Please Me, there's still some lows on this album that are actually are a bit lower than the ones on Please Please Me. And because of those lows, this album unfortunately can't be an easy 9 out of 10 for me. I'll let you know guys about the rating. What this album does better than Please Please Me is it's just that the production quality is just up really high. Like, the vocals are done much better, the music panning is done much better. However, the album does have a lot of filler tracks on it. Like, some aren't as obvious that they would be filler as some that really are, like Hold Me Tight. And I feel like I don't want to really remove them because like it kind of helps the album in a way, but I feel like there could have been better tracks. Like maybe She Loves You, that could have been there. Thank You Girl, or was it I'll Get You? Yeah, I would prefer those on with the Beatles. I would prefer those songs to be there. But it's still a good album, and I would definitely have to give a rating of 8.5 out of 10. It's not a 9, and it's not lower than a 7, because I mean, it's not horrible. Like, it's not a bad album. I mean, for the time, like, if you ignore like the rest of their discography and just base it on the first 2 albums, I would really enjoy with the Beatles. Although I would still prefer their Please Please Me, but still, it's a good album for what it was at the time. And as the Beatles got better, of course, the albums before would have to get shafted to the back of the list. So yeah, overall, it's a pretty good album. So yeah, that's all that I've got to say for the Beatles second outing. If you enjoyed the video, smash the subscribe button like Ringo on drums. Hit the like button like how John beat I'm the Music Dude, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome to the end card of this video. 4 videos into this YouTube career thing, it's so far not too bad. I mean, trying to balance this along with my with other stuff is definitely tricky, but I'm getting the hang of it,